This is not financial advice, not legal advice, for entertainment, educational purposes only, and anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. Listen, please double check that you're subscribed to the channel, because these bad actors have been unsubscribing people, cutting off notifications, because they are terrified of more people becoming aware of all the fraud and corruption in the market. Okay, so just double check your subscribe, double check your notifications are on, and send these videos out to your local politicians, your state politicians, and your federal politicians. They have to know that we're sick and tired of the fraud and corruption in the United States stock market. Listen, a lot of people have been asking me about Ryan Cohen Ryan Cohen leaving his shares with Charles Schwab for a margin loan. And now you have the executive director, Attal, and he's doing the same thing. He also placed his GME shares with Charles Schwab for a margin loan. And people are saying that now Charles Schwab will be able to loan those shares out. That is not true. Based on how I read that agreement, Ryan Cohen and Mr. Attal maintains control over how those shares are used. The only time that Charles Schwab will be in control of how those shares are being used is if the shares go into margin and Ryan Cohen and Mr. Attal cannot meet that margin requirement. Okay? Obviously, in my opinion, I'm not telling you to buy, hold, or sell GME. They are putting these shares with Charles Schwab because they're taking the cash out to do something else. If they didn't have confidence in the future of GME, they would have sold the shares at a profit, because we know Ryan Cohen got in like around $21 and Mr. Attal got in at around $25. So they both are up right now. They both are green on their GME play. But they both decided to hold on to their shares, get a margin loan against it, so they can do other things with the money. If they didn't have confidence in the future of GME, they would have sold the shares for a profit and used that money to invest in another endeavor. But they chose to hold on to their shares, use them as collateral for a margin loan, and then take that money and invest it. And the wording of the agreement, and they have the same wording in the agreement, they maintain discretion over how their shares are used, which tells me that the shares from Ryan Cohen or Mr. Attal cannot be loaned out. Not saying that Charles Schwab won't do it anyway without their permission, because we know, based on everything we've seen over the last 5 years, that these bad actors, they lend out shares without the owner's permission. They lend out shares that don't even exist. The market makers sell shares that don't even exist. That's why there's hundreds of billions of shares sold, not yet purchased. And the thing is, everybody knows what they're doing. The DOJ knows, the FBI knows, the SEC knows, FINRA knows, DTCC knows, and they do absolutely nothing about it. And you guys know why. First of all, they put protecting the system over protecting retail investors, pension funds, and institutions that follow the rules. And also, you are allowed to rob retail investors, pension funds, and institutions that follow the rules. You're just not allowed to rob the 1%ers. Okay? But for all of you who were concerned that Ryan Cohen and Mr. Attal was giving their GME shares to Charles Schwab to lend out and dilute GME, based on what I'm reading, that is not the case. Charles Schwab cannot do anything with those shares unless Ryan Cohen or Mr. Attal does not meet margin requirements. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Do you think that if they didn't have confidence in the future of GME, they would have sold their shares at a profit and used that money to invest in something else? Anyway, have a great day. God bless, and I appreciate y'all on this journey with me.